Okay, so now we will have a little bit of a long lesson. We will learn about tools such as hammers, screwdrivers, scissors, thermometers, and yeah, many tools like that. Let's try it out. The first word we have is destornillador. Destornillador, which means a screwdriver. Destornillador, a screwdriver. And the next one is llave, llave, but the real word is llave inglesa, which is kind of like an English key. So basically a wrench. Llave inglesa. Llave inglesa. So destornillador, a screwdriver, destornillador, and llave inglesa, a wrench, llave inglesa, or llave, una llave, or llave inglesa, wrench. And the next one is pinza, which means pliers. Pinza, pliers, pinza. And the fourth one is martillo, which means a hammer. Martillo, hammer, martillo. So these ones can be a little bit hard because they're not all related to English. All of them are different. So destornillador, screwdriver, llave or llave inglesa, a wrench, pinza, pliers, pinza, and martillo, a hammer. Martillo. Okay, let's try some examples. The first one is: El hombre está usando un martillo. The man is using a hammer. El hombre está usando un martillo. The man is using a hammer. And the next example: Necesito un destornillador. I need a screwdriver. Necesito un destornillador. So yeah, simple. Necesito un destornillador. And the next example: El mecánico tiene muchas llaves inglesas. The mechanic has a lot of wrenches. El mecánico tiene muchas llaves inglesas. The mechanic has lots of wrenches. Llave inglesa. And the next one: Estoy usando una pinza para cortar los cables. Cables means cables or wires. Cables or wires. I am using a plier, so I'm using pliers, my mistake. I am using pliers to cut the wires. Estoy usando una pinza para cortar los cables. I am using pliers to cut the wires. And let's try a few more examples. For example, linterna. Linterna means flashlight. Linterna, a flashlight. Linterna. And the next one is hoja de papel, a sheet of paper. Hoja de papel, sheet of paper. Hoja de papel. And then we have tijera, which means scissors. Tijera or tijeras, scissors. Tijera or tijeras. Most of the time we would use tijeras, like plural, scissors. So one scissor, una tijera, or even if it's just one, a lot of people call them tijeras, even if it's just one. One tijeras or tijera. Both are actually used. And the fourth one is thermometro, which means a thermometer. Termómetro. Thermometer. Okay, so one more time. Linterna, a flashlight, linterna. Hoja de papel, a sheet of paper. Hoja de papel. Tijera, scissors, tijera. And termómetro, a thermometer. Termómetro, thermometer. Okay, so let's try the examples. The first one is: necesito una linterna para ver en la oscuridad. I need a flashlight to see in the dark. So the word oscuridad means dark. So darkness. So en la oscuridad, in the dark. So necesito una linterna para ver en la oscuridad. Oscuridad, darkness, linterna, flashlight. And the next example. So this is something that you can ask maybe your coworker, or if you're a student, you're the person sitting next to you. ¿Me das una hoja de papel? Can I have a sheet of paper? ¿Me das una hoja de papel? If you want to be formal, you can say me da. Would you me da una hoja de papel if that person is somebody who you consider as formal? You have to talk to them formally. But if it's just a classmate or a friend, me das una hoja de papel? Can you give me a sheet of paper, or can I have a sheet of paper? And let's try the next one. Estoy cortando el pasto con tijeras. I'm cutting the grass with scissors. Estoy cortando el pasto con tijeras. I'm cutting the grass with scissors. And the next example. El termómetro marca 36.6 grados. Punto means point or period. Punto, point, period. 2 words, a point or a period. The thermometer reads 36.6 degrees. El termómetro marca 36.6 grados. So yeah, 36.6, 36.6. And grados means degrees. Grados, degrees. And grados can also mean grades. For example, in school, your school grades, we also call them grados. So degrees and grades. Okay, next one. Here we have cuchillo. Cuchillo means a knife. And I think we learned this several lessons ago. Cuchillo, a knife. But it's always good to refresh them. Cuchillo, knife. Then we have cuchara, which means a spoon. Cuchara, spoon. And tenedor, which means a fork. Tenedor, fork. Tenedor. And the fourth one is a new one, which is chopsticks. In Spanish, we call them palillos chinos. Palillos chinos. So basically Chinese sticks. Palillos chinos, Chinese sticks. So yeah, chopsticks, palillos chinos, Chinese sticks. Okay, one more time. Cuchillo, knife. Cuchara, spoon. Tenedor, fork. And palillos chinos, chopsticks, palillos chinos. Okay, and let's try some examples. El chef, which means the chef, so we use the same word. El chef cortó la fruta con un cuchillo. Cortó is past for to cut. The chef cut the fruit with a knife. He cut it already in the past. El chef cortó la fruta con un cuchillo. And the next example. Necesitas una cuchara para comer sopa. You need a spoon to eat soup. So in Spanish, you can use comer sopa. You can say comer sopa to eat soup, or tomar sopa, which is used to like to drink soup. Tomar sopa. But there is another word for to drink, which is beber. And beber is mostly used for like things like water bottles. For example, beber agua, to drink water. So in this case, if you use beber, we do not use beber with sopa. We do not say drink soup like with beber, unless that soup is very clear, that almost looks like water. So some very clear soups, like very clear watery soups, we can use beber for that one. But normally we can use comer to eat soup, or tomar sopa, to eat soup, drink soup, but not beber, unless it looks like water. It's very, very clear that it's almost looking like water, very water looking soup. Okay, so one more time. Necesitas una cuchara para comer sopa. Okay, and the next example. Yo puedo comer con tenedor, pero no con palillos chinos. I can eat with a fork, but not with chopsticks. Yo puedo comer con tenedor, pero no con palillos chinos. And the next example. En varios países de Asia comen con palillos chinos. So varios means in various or in several. So yeah, various, several. In several Asian countries, they eat with chopsticks. En varios países de Asia comen con palillos chinos. Palillos chinos, chopsticks. Okay, so that's it for this one. It was a long lesson, and I recommend you use the Quizlet, because a lot of these words are not at all similar to English. So yeah, check out the Quizlet. Thanks for watching. So now it's your turn to practice Spanish. You can find the lessons Quizlet by going into the lecture resources folder. Thanks for watching.